Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to continue your SSIS package even if a task in SSIS package got failed. So this is my profile. I have 13 plus years of experience on Microsoft technologies, especially in SSIS and SQL Server. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how to continue SSIS package even if a task got failed. So actually I got a question from one of my subscriber, Ahmed Hassan Kutab, that I have another problem. What if there is no connection for any source while for each is looping? I want for each to skip this disconnection and go to the next server. So what happened actually in my last video tutorial, we created an SSIS package where we were looping through some SQL servers and fetching the data from the source SQL servers. He is asking like if a source SQL server is unavailable, suppose if a SQL server is down, so he doesn't want to stop the SSIS package, instead he want to continue with the next SQL server instance. So let's jump to the demo. So this was our last video, import tables from different servers using SSIS, where I explained how to import SQL tables from different servers. So you can watch this video if you want. I will share the link in the description of this video. From this location you can also download the create table script and insert data script. I will share this link in the description of this video. So this is our SSIS package, which is actually pulling the SQL server name and database name from the config server table, and then we are looping through those servers and inserting the data from a zip code table and inserting the data into a zip code underscore dash table. So if you go back to the SQL server, so let me just show you the tables. So in the SSIS database, this is the zip code table which contains 7 records, and then on another SQL server 2017, this is another table which is also contains 7 records. So when the SSIS package will run, it will insert 7 records from SQL Server 2019 and then 7 records from SQL Server 2017. Overall 14 records it will insert to the final table. So our final table exists in the workdb zip code dash. So if you select the data from this table, so right now this table is empty. Okay, so let me just try to execute the SSIS package and then we will see like for how many servers the package will run. So if you see this query select star from config server, so it will run for 2 servers. So let me start the package. So the package got completed and the iteration ran 2 times. So now this table contains 14 records. So it's okay that it loaded 7 records from SQL Server 2019 and 7 records from 17. Okay, now let me just truncate this table, and now what I will do, I will add one new server into this list. So let me just truncate this config table and add a new server which actually doesn't exist. So right now I'm just adding this SQL 2020 into this config server table. So I added 3 records and now this config server contains 3 records. So now the package will fail on SQL 2020 because this server does not exist. So let me just rerun the SSIS package and let's see what will happen. So it inserted the data for first server, and now for second server it is just trying to connect, but it is not doing anything. Okay, so let's see, hopefully it will fail. Okay, so this process got failed. So if you see, it inserted 7 records for first server and for second server it got failed. You know, the acquire connection method called to the connection manager failed. It can't continue with the third server. So if you check the data now in the SQL server, so it inserted only 7 records from the first server, okay, from this one, but for second server it got failed. So what we want is that it should not fail and it should continue with the next server. So for that what we need to do, just clean this table dash table so that we can verify data again. So right click on this particular task, whatever you think that it can fail, and go to the properties of that task, and there is an option force execution result. So by default it is none. Set it to success if you want that it should continue running the SSIS package. So you change the force execution result to success, and then whatever is the container for this task, so suppose the container is for each loop container, so you need to set the error count to 0. So right now the error count, maximum error count is 1, so we need to set the maximum error count to 0 so that it won't fail if an error will occur. Okay, you need to set the max error count to all the parent containers of that task. Suppose if this particular data flow task is situated in the control flow window, then you just need to set the max error count for the SSIS package, because this is the parent container. Okay, and if this is inside this for each loop container, then you can just set the max error count to 0 for this particular for each loop container, and then the parent container of this for each loop container. So the parent container for this for each loop container is the SSIS package. So we need to set the max error count to 0 for this SSIS package as well. Okay, so we just change the force execution result to success for this data flow task, and then max error count for this for each loop container, and then the max error count for the SSIS package as well. So we set it to 0, and now if you will rerun the SSIS package, so it will ignore the failure and it will continue with the third SQL server. It is running right now. So you saw that it ran for first one successfully, for second one it got failed, and then but it continued, and for third SQL server it again inserted the data. So if you see the progress, so you will notice that it inserted 7 records here, then it seems like it got failed, and then it again continued and it wrote 7 records again. And if you check the data in this particular table zip code days, so you will find 14 records here, because 7 records are from the SQL Server 2019 and next 7 records are from the SQL Server 2017. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button. Do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and click on all, so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much.